Hi everyone. So, like we were talking, I forgot to record today's lesson. So it's Friday, September 4th. So what we're going to do today is we are going to write our introductory letter. So to find the information so you can complete your assignment, you go to classwork. You are going to scroll down to overcoming obstacles. And then it's here at introductory letter. And then I wasn't thinking when I created the assignment, and I can't add on once it's, published, is I put together also an introductory letter graphic organizer to try and for if you happen to need help to get that letter written. So there's quite a few things that go along with it. So let me go ahead and show you. Okay, so you are going to write a letter telling me about yourselves, where you went to school, and your learning style. You are free to include anything else that you want me to know, like your favorite music, your favorite movies, your favorite authors, what you've been doing in quarantine, hobbies, whatever it is that comes to mind. So, what I have here for you is I wrote a letter to you. So, to give you an example of what I'm looking for. So I have the date, please note. So I have the date. It says, Dear students, welcome to the 2020 to 21 school year. My name is Miss Foreman, and I'll be your relit teacher this year. So that's reading, English, and language arts. I'm excited to meet you, but I'm also incredibly nervous about distance learning and teaching. This practice is relatively new for me, but we'll work out the kinks as we go along and see what works best for us. Setting nervousness aside, it's going to be a fantastic year of learning and growing for all of us. Just to tell you a little bit about me, I'm a product of Prince George's County Schools. I went to University Park Elementary, Hyattsville Middle, Tasker Middle, and graduated from Bowie High School. My alma mater is University of Maryland University College, and I received a bachelor's degree in English. I also attended college at Prince George's Community College and received an Associates of Arts in Teaching for secondary education. I obviously love to learn. In addition to learning, I'm a huge book fanatic. I absolutely love fantasy novels, thrillers, mysteries, and horror. But reading isn't the only thing I like to do. I've binged watched some shows during quarantine. I've watched Absentia, Psych, The Umbrella Academy, The Order, Nosferatu, Will and Grace, and Supernatural. Reading and watching shows ties into the way I learn best. I'm mostly a visual learner. I like to see posters, images, and text. In fact, I'm more likely to remember something if I write it down than if I only hear it. I look forward to the upcoming school year and can't wait to see what you will achieve. Best wishes, Ms. Foreman. Okay. So, what I've included for you, I have a rubric, which I'll go over in just a moment. I have a graphic organizer, um, which shows you, which will help you write your letter. You would just have to make sure you follow the directions and attach it from your Google Drive to the letter assignment. That's this one, the introductory letter. You can see right here, somebody didn't read directions. So please make sure you read the directions. Okay. So I have a rubric of how I want you to write your letter. So let's go ahead and go over that. So it has writing mechanics. So to get the full 30 points of writing mechanics, your response demonstrates a full command of the standard English at the approximate level of complexity. You have a variety of sentence. They're well written. You have capital letters. You have the right homophones, like when words sound the same, but they mean different things. Those are homophones. You have the right homophone. You have capital letters. You have periods. You have commas. You have spelling, punctuation. I'm looking for all of that. Okay, you would get 20 points if the response demonstrates a partial command of the English language at the appropriate complexity. There's some errors, but you are well on your way to being a master of the English language at the appropriate complexity for a 7th grader. And then you would get 20 points. You would get 10 points if it demonstrates little command of the language at the appropriate complexity. You have a lot of grammatical errors and use errors in frequency and usage. Spelling, punctuation, and capitalization are very limited. You would get no points if it's just errors abound. I can't figure out what it is that you're trying to do. You have a lot of errors, you have a lot of spelling errors, you have a lot of grammatical errors. Hopefully nobody will fit into this category. Now you notice when I wrote my letter, I had a date on it. I want you to have a date on your letter as well. So it's counts as your points. There's 5 points for the date of the letter, which includes the month, the date, and the year. You get 3 points if it's missing one of the following: the month, the date, or the year. So, for example, today is September 4th. If you put September 4, but you did not include the year of 2020, you would only get 3 points. So, and then you would get 1 point, like if you put September, but you did not put the date or the year, or you put 2020, but you did not put the month or the date. You would get no points if there is no date. Your letter is to include a friendly greeting. It could be something just as simple as, "Hi, Miss Foreman." That's friendly. "Hey, Miss Foreman, how you doing, Miss Foreman? I'm glad to be in your class, Miss Foreman." Whatever it is works best for you. I just want a friendly greeting. It's 5 points. No greeting, no points. Okay. Now, I want paragraphs. Paragraphs are your friend. It separates your ideas from one idea to the next. So you get 10 points if each paragraph is clearly indicated by an indentation. So when you're ready to start a new idea, you hit enter on your keyboard, you hit tab, then you have your indentation. It's easy. Okay. You will get 5 points if there's some indentations of paragraphs. You would get no points if your writing is just a giant block with no beginning and no end of paragraphs. Presentation. I made a video for this. So that's also attached. I'll include it in with this one as well. The letter is left justified, which means it's towards the left margin. The font style is 12, or the font size, is 12. The font style is New Times Roman. It is double spaced. Margins are 1 inch. And that should just be the default. Okay. You will get the full 10 points. Okay. You would get 5 points if it's left justified, the font is other than size 12, or it's a different style than New Times Roman. It is other than double spaced, and margins are 1 inch. You will get 2 points. Okay, if it's other size than 12, the font is other than New Times Roman and is other than double spaced. Okay, and like I said, I have a video to make sure you know how exactly to format this letter the way I want it. Okay, I wouldn't just leave you hanging on the wind on that one. Okay, so the content. There we go. All right, the content. The message is clear, precise, and shows insight. The letter is 3 or more paragraphs. Letter encourages a response from the reader. So you would get 40 points for that. You would get 30 points if the message is clear and the letter is 2 paragraphs. You would get 20 points if the message is mostly clear and it's only 1 paragraph in length. You would get 10 points if message is not focused, the ideas wander, and the reader may have to infer at times. So by inferring, which means I'm kind of guessing at what you're trying to say. All right, so let's go back to that rubric, back to the information included with the introductory letter. Here is the writing format to show you exactly how I want this formatted. For your introductory letter, as I was talking about this in class today, I was like, oh, I should have made a video about that. So because there's a very specific way I want you to format your letter. You know, I have thoughts and sets. Oh, my internet's stuck. Dang it. Oh, that's frustrating. Even when you're trying to do something, everything, I think I'm getting ready to have a storm. Okay. Anyway, it's in Google Classroom under introductory letter. You'll be able to watch it because obviously we can't do this together. And I show you exactly how I want you to format this letter so you get the maximum amount of points. It is a 3-day weekend, but I'll check my email. And if you have messages through Google Classroom, please do not hesitate to send me a message. I will do my best. Oh, it's working. It's working. So exactly what I wanted to get your phone correct. So the font I told you I wanted is Times New Roman. So what you're going to do, mine defaults to Arial, yours might be something else. But you're going to go here and hover over and show up as font. So you're going to click the down arrow, select Times New Roman. That changes my font. I told you I want the size is 12. So I move over where mine defaults to 11. I click the arrow, I change it to 12. I told you I want it left justified. So what this does, it says left align. So make sure it says left align. Because if you do it center align, it means it types from the center and will show it. Now it types from the center and it ends up looking like a weird hourglass. I don't want that. So if you see, like if you've done it, it'll hit left align and just move it over. I say justified because I used to type on a typewriter. And that's what they called it. Like 100 years ago, you look when the dinosaurs were still around. Okay, so then show the double space. You come over here where it's 3 lines with the arrow up and down, and when you hover over, it says line spacing. Click it, double space, and that'll make it double space for you. So when you do the typing, it'll double space it out. Hope that helps. Just let me know if you have any questions. All right, y'all, and that's the end of it. So that was pretty much today's lesson. If you have any questions, please let me know. Your due date is in Google Classroom and on your calendar.